Recently, Lala Anthony, the ex-wife of Carmelo Anthony, stopped by the Breakfast Club, and I can't play the clip because they'll copyright strike the video. But she was saying that she will never get married again or date another basketball player. Now, this sort of thing is trending all over social media, where you see like a lot of these ladies who are either never married and are happy about that, and divorced and are happy about that also. And you know, we've seen it in social media. Tia Mowry, I'm living my best life, and all of these things. And what I'd like to do is take some time to play a few of these clips to kind of get a feel of what we're hearing in social media from women of all races about how they feel about being never married or being recently divorced.
As women, we think by a certain age we need to be married or have kids. And these are pressures that we feel from society, from our cultures, from our family members. I remember for the longest time hearing, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna have kids? When I was your age, I already had 2 kids. Well, everyone's timeline is different. Everyone's journey is different. And we're all in this together, but we're all doing it separately and at different times. And there's a lot of women that don't even want children, and that's okay. You don't have to be a woman and want to get married and want to have children. It's not written in our DNA that if you're a woman, you need to have children and you need to be married by a certain age. There's no rule book. But you know what they say, the most amazing things in life are worth waiting for. And I truly believe in timing. And when the timing is right, it will be there for me. But my life is still amazing. And I want you girls to know that you are amazing. You are loved. You are enough.
Actually, childless and not married women are one of the happiest demographics based on several studies over the past decade. People just cannot stand the idea of women being happy in their lives if their passions differ from what society tells them that they should want.
I love that so many Black women are being vocal, bold, and transparent about their experiences with marriage. And I even love that so many unmarried and child-free women such as myself are opting out of getting married and having children because we don't think that either are beneficial for our life path. So I celebrate all of you in speaking your truth and living out your purpose in the way that you intended for it to look like. So
something that always sends me is how unmarried single women are literally the happiest subgroup in society, and yet people still say shit like, well, with that attitude you'll never find a man, as though it's the worst thing in the world that can happen. Like, don't threaten me with a good time.
Why get a divorce after 25 years of marriage? The short answer is because it is not too late to be happy. And I finally got to a point at the beginning of the year where I decided that it wasn't too late to be happy. I still have, hopefully, many more years left, and I would like to be happy for those years. And that was never going to happen inside my current marriage. No matter how many wonderful people, supportive people, positive people you surround yourself with, it will never have as much of an impact if you have toxic people in your home. And the 2 most toxic people in my life, 2 most toxic adults in my life, live in my home with me right now. And my husband was definitely someone that sabotaged all of my efforts to try and get healthy, to try and feel.
So guys, I think you've heard a myriad of those particular clips and commentaries, and I kind of want to talk about this, and I try to be very mature. Can women also be unhappy in relationships and want to thrive? Absolutely. I think that's wonderful, because sometimes you're in relationships where you're not being loved, or you feel like things are not being fulfilled and everything, right? And I think that with a lot of ladies, they really are excited about what's to come in the second part of their life. But here's something that Lala Anthony, in her case, I think that we're leaving out. She said something interesting. She'll never get married again or date another basketball player. Dear Lala, so number one, you getting married again or not, I mean, I guess you can say that, but a basketball player, most likely that's going to be completely out of the question if he's still active. Why? Lala can't even get guys who are even on the same level as her anymore. That's why she was dating Da Vinci, who was like 14 or 15 years younger. And there is the issue of, you know, the proverbial wall that I think that a lot of women are being very unrealistic. It's almost like saying like Joe Montana, who played football like almost like 30 years ago. You know, I'll never play for the 49ers again, when physically he can't play for the 49ers again. And I'm not saying that Lala Anthony has absolutely no chance, but the competition is very fierce. And what I'm hearing from a lot of women, as if they can just come back out just like that and be like, well, I'm the person that's determining the market right now, as if I'm never going to get married, as if you have like so many guys that are saying in America today, Lala Anthony, I really would want to do anything to marry you. Where in the reality, what we're seeing is men saying, I don't really want to get married at all in general. That's what the marriage rates show. And I can understand a woman not wanting to be in a relationship anymore, but I just don't get the false sense of something where women are acting like, you know, we have all of these opportunities to deal with whoever we want to deal with, and that's why I'm never getting married again or dealing with a basketball player again, when it's like basketball players are already spoken for. They're already gone. NBA players are gone. That's why Lala Anthony married Carmelo 13 or 14 years ago, because it's hard to get an NBA player. And NBA players are in the prime of their life. And Lala Anthony by no means is not an unattractive lady, and she doesn't want to get married. I can understand it. But now, after being there and done that with a guy that was at the prime of his life, one of the best basketball players of his generation, and at to be where Lala is right now in life, it's easy to say I don't want to get married again, whereas you probably would have a difficult time achieving that with a man of the same status. And I think that's what you kind of hear. A lot of ladies say things like that to make it seem as if they wanted that particular option, they can go out there and get it. And it's probably not likely that they can get it. Not at that same level. It's just like Carmelo Anthony as a basketball player. He wanted to be a starter. Carmelo Anthony at 38 is not starting in the NBA. LeBron James is taking better care of his body, so he is. Russell Westbrook is no longer a top player in the NBA. He can feel like he is. He's not. All right? It's just what it is. He's no longer there. Amber Rose is crying for the same reasons that we hear Lala Anthony saying that, well, you know, I don't want this guy. But if you look at Amber Rose and Lala Anthony, they're all dating men that make way less money than they can get 10 to 15 years ago. They've declined as far as the men that are willing to take care of them. That doesn't mean they look worse or they look bad or anything, because they don't. It's just that the competition has stepped up. And that's what's not being explained in this. Women can say all kind of different things and make excuses for a lot of stuff, and maybe they don't want to get married. It's very true. But then don't give like the opinion like you have all of these, unlimited options or something, where all of these great guys are just chasing after you, when a lot of great guys are just already gone. They're already gone. Many of them. Or if they're not already gone, somebody's getting ready to take them. We gotta be realistic here. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.